Welcome back to my channel. In today's class, we are going to study chemical properties of alcohols. In previous class, we studied that how alcohols are prepared with the different steps. So in today's class, let's start with chemical properties of alcohols. Alcohol's formula we know, and that formula is ROH. Now in this alcohol's formula we can see that alcohols can act as electrophiles as well as nucleophile. So what I am saying that alcohol can act as electrophiles as well as nucleophiles. Let's understand the meaning of these two words first. Already it is there in your class 11th and chapter Basic Concepts of Organic Chemistry. So in that chapter we studied the meaning of these two words. Let me tell you. What do you mean by electrophiles? So electrophiles are those species which are electron deficient. We will write here to understand properly, and that one is electron deficient, or we can say that it is also positively charged. So they want more electron, their octet is not complete, that's why they are electron deficient and they want more electrons. Now let's study about nucleophiles. What do you mean by nucleophiles? Nucleophiles, it means those who are having, first of all they are negatively charged, then we can say that they have a lone pair of electron, or we can say that they are electron rich compounds. So here alcohols can act as electrophiles and as a nucleophile. In 2014 the question has been asked, write two chemical equation which shows that alcohol can act as an electrophile as well as a nucleophile. Okay, so for that we need to write the chemical equations. So let's see. Chemical equation, that is ROH. So here we know that this oxygen is having two electron pair, and that we can say it as a lone pair also. Now let's see how alcohol act as a nucleophile first. We will write it about nucleophile. And we know that nucleophile, it means electron rich compound, those who are having lone pair of electron. Now as we have this alcohol with us, that is ROH, and this ROH in this oxygen, two lone pairs are there. So lone pair can be given to someone, those who are required it. So what we can see, that we can observe that if any carbocation species come across the alcohol, in that situation alcohol act as a nucleophile and donate its electron pair. So what alcohol will do? This oxygen will donate its electron pair to this carbocation, and we can get product as RO. It becomes positive as it is donated one electron, then it becomes C. Here I will be writing H, and then in this way. Got it? Now as we know that this O is becoming positive. So what is the tendency of O? Already we studied, and that tendency is first give electron to someone and then ask him again back. So here what the oxygen is doing, oxygen is taking actually this electron pair, and as soon as oxygen will take this electron pair, this hydrogen will get separated, and we will be getting answer as, after this we can say that ROC, and that is the particular compound. So in this way alcohol can act as a nucleophiles. Understood? So what we studied, let me repeat one more time. First of all, as the oxygen of alcohol is having lone pair, so that lone pair he will be donating to someone who will require it, and as soon as he will donate to someone, the required product we can get. Now let's see that ROH act as a nucleophile, and now we will be seeing that how alcohol will act as a electrophile. And for acting as electrophile, we will take an example of protonated alcohol. Now let's understand what do you mean by protonated alcohol. Protonated alcohol, it means extra H on alcohol. Protonated, it means extra H on alcohol. Okay, let me give an example of it. So if I have I'll take it as a RCH2OH. When it will comes in contact with H plus ion, it will convert itself into RCH2, as oxygen is having two lone pairs. So what the oxygen will do? Oxygen will donate one lone pair to this H and it becomes protonated. Okay, so after converting into protonated, what will happen? This RCH2OH and this H, now water wants to become free, and when any nucleophile will do attack, so for doing attack on nucleophile, this water will, this electron pair will transfer to oxygen and it will convert it into H2O, which will contain two lone pairs. Okay, now as soon as it will convert it into, it becomes positive. Yes, let me explain here. It becomes RCH2 positive, and RCH2 positive plus Br negative can make it as a RCH2Br. So in this situation, this alcohol can act as a electrophile. What does it mean? It means that alcohol can act as an electrophile as well as alcohol can act as a nucleophile. So all the chemical properties which we are going to study, those all chemical properties would be depend upon this nature, that is electrophile and nucleophilic nature. One more thing here we have to study, and that one is when ROH will do cleavage. Now as we know that the formula of alcohol is this one. So here are two types of cleavage we will see. And what are those two types of cleavage? First, cleavage. How it will cleave into two types? I'll write here cleavage. So it can cleave as a from here also. So यहाँ से भी वो break हो सकता है, या फिर हम कह सकते हैं it can cleave from this side also. So this ROH can be shown the reaction on the basis of cleavage of this type or cleavage of this type. Now student, let's see the next concept of cleavage. We will be studying that how these are reacting with metals. So reaction with metals. Now let me give you one example of it. For example, if I am having NaOH, so I'll be taking it as a one alcohol, and that one is ROH. If I am having, we know that the cleavage should be through H. So here it will cleave, and when there is a reaction with sodium, we can get product as RONA, and H2 gas will get released. So you need to write it as a balanced chemical equation. For understanding purpose, I am writing it as a simply, or we can take it in another example also. Right? What is the name of this compound? This compound name is sodium ethoxide. Sodium alkoxide. I will write it as a alkoxide. Okay. Now let me take another example also. For example, I am taking CH3CH2OH plus sodium metal. So it will here breakdown would be there, and then there would be formation of CH3CH2ONA plus H2, and what would be the name of this compound? It would be sodium ethoxide. So can you answer my question? Here I am writing one CH3 and here it becomes OH when it will react with aluminium metal. Can you tell me the answer? Try. Yes. So answer for this one, as we know that it will do breakdown from this side, and we can get answer as in this way. Only in place of that H we need to write it as a Al, and the name of this compound would be aluminium tertiary butoxide. Aluminium tertiary butoxide. So student, as I earlier also told you that here these common names are very, very important because it is given. Okay. Now this we are reaction seen with alcohol. Now let's see one reaction with phenol also. Now I will be writing one reaction with phenol. And when we will see the reaction with phenol, we can observe that when this phenol reacts with sodium metal, it is also forming phenoxide ion. It is also forming phenoxide ion, and H2 gas will get released. So whatever these many examples we have studied, and in all these example we can see that these alcohols can release H2 gas when they do reaction with metals, and this concept we know very well. In class 10th also we studied that, chapter 2, and that the concept is when acid reacts with metals they releases H2 gas, and here also we can see the same concept. So student, after studying this reaction with metal, one concept we know very well, and what is that concept? That concept is the nature of alcohols and phenol. I'll say it as a acidic. The nature of alcohol and phenol is acidic. How? That I'll explain with, can say that the alcohols and phenols are Bronsted acids. Now chapter 7th, class 11th, Bronsted acid and base, there we have studied. So what do you mean by Bronsted acid? Bronsted acids are those which can donate electron pair, Now how, let's see that, as we have this ROH. Okay, this is, we have ROH, and here it is base. The concept of acidity of alcohol. Alcohol acidity is depend upon the polar nature of OH bond. OH bond is polar because this will acquire partial negative charge, this one will acquire partial positive charge. Now let's see that how it is depend upon the polar nature of OH bond. Let's take some example of primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. So here I am taking first primary alcohol, then secondary alcohol in this way, and then third one is tertiary alcohol. Here I am taking. Okay, so here I have an example of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. So we have to discuss that how this acidity is depend upon the primary, secondary and tertiary, who is more reactive and who is less reactive. Okay, now every time we can see that, if I'll take an example of primary alcohol like CH3OH. So students, see, this will acquire partial negative charge, this will acquire partial positive charge, and nature of CH3 was what? Nature of CH3 is electron releasing. So what will happen? It will release the electron, and as soon as it will release the electron, then what will happen here? There will be effect on its polar nature. And why there is the effect on its polar nature? Because as electron releasing tendency increases, the polar nature decreases. So we can say that primary alcohols are more reactive. Here what we are discussing? More reactivity. So primary alcohols are more reactive because as compared to the secondary alcohol. Why secondary alcohol? Because on secondary alcohol 2 methyl groups are there, and here again 3 methyl groups are there. So when we will study the reactivity or acidity of alcohol, so clearly we will say that primary alcohol are more acidic in nature than secondary alcohol and then tertiary alcohol. So when there is a reactivity of alcohol, we can say that reactivity is totally depend upon the polar nature of OH, dependent on the polar nature. If the polar nature decreases, acidity, if the polar nature decreases, acidity will also decrease. Okay, and why the polar nature decreases? If many electron releasing group would be there. So we can summarize in this way, primary alcohol are having more reactivity than secondary and then tertiary alcohols. Now let's see that alcohol is weaker acid. Alcohol is weaker acid than water. Alcohol is weaker acid than water. Now how it can be possible? We will say that how alcohol can be a weaker acid than water. Now let's understand this by I'll be making you understand by giving one example. Now we have ROH and we are having water also. So water also I am writing in this way. Okay, now let's see. First of all, here is also oxygen, here is also oxygen, and both oxygen are having lone pairs with them. H and H is also there. So what happens? This water act as a acid. Why it act as a acid? This water act as a acid and donate lone pair of electron. Donate electron pair faster. This can donate electron pair faster to alcohol, and that's why we can get this product as here we will be getting it as it is faster donating the electron pair, as it is fast donate, and it will, what will happen? It will accept the electron pair, and that's why it will react in this situation. It will react as a base, and hence we can get this product as H and H here by taking an electron pair, and then it becomes OH negative. So in this way, and here why we are saying that water is more acidic than alcohol, that because water is better proton donor, and that's why water is little bit having high acidity than the alcohol, and that's why we can say that here alcohol can act as a Bronsted base. Alcohol can act as a Bronsted base. Previous reaction we studied that alcohols can act as a Bronsted acid, and now only with the help of this we can say that yes, alcohol can act as a Bronsted base also, with giving a proper example. Okay.